everyone, here's HEERA입니다, and I'm HEERA, and with
Mike, it's me Mike.
Mike in Arabic, his channel.
Yeah.
So Mike, talk more about yourself and where are you from? People would like to know about you.
Sure.
Yeah?
My name is Mike, I'm from the UK, from England, South of England, and I started my channel because تعلمت العربية.
That's perfect.
وسكنت في الكويت هنا في الكويت.
What you were doing in Kuwait?
I was a teacher. I wanted to travel, and you know what, a really great way to travel is to go into teaching.
Yeah.
And I studied physics university, so I did science, and teaching's a great job.
Yeah?
And I can already tell that you're a good teacher because we've actually just learned a bit of Korean, but more about that later.
Yeah?
And I enjoy teaching, and not only is it a great job in itself, but it's an amazing way to see the world. So
Yeah.
I went into teaching, and to be honest with you, my whole kind of incentive and drive to go into teaching was to teach somewhere like Kuwait,
Yeah.
maybe Oman or somewhere in this region, because
Yeah.
the more I learned about it, the more interesting I found it.
And how do you expected Kuwait before you came here? Like, what did you think about it? Did you search about it? Did you know about this country before, or you never heard about it?
You know, I knew very little about it,
Yeah.
and you know, I accepted the job before having ever having set foot here. So
Yeah.
the first time I came here was when I came off the plane. I was met by my school staff
Yeah.
to then arrive.
Yeah.
I googled it. I'd seen some pictures. When you Google Kuwait, you just get 3,495 images of the Kuwait towers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, okay, so there's some towers, I get that, but what's the actual country like?
What is the country
What is the
itself?
country like? I had no clue. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much going in blind, but you know, I'm that kind of person who likes to just do something and just go for it.
Yeah.
Just, you know, whatever. It'll be
Just to
fine.
go there and check it.
Check it out, and I'll figure things out when I get there.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I can do anything for a year, right?
Yeah.
I can adjust.
Exactly.
Good.
You need
So
just to see how it is by meeting their people, talking to them, or coming to the country itself. Because even if you know anything from internet, still you won't have the big knowledge, and sometimes you get even the opposite image of the country itself.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I first did arrive, the first thing that hit me was the heat. I got picked up. I can remember it was about the 11th of August or something. So how hot is it in the 11th of August?
It's just crazy hot. Like in Kuwait in summer, especially like from June till September, it's crazy hot. Like,
It's
extreme.
And I was just like, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. You know, but it's not a big deal because everything here is air conditioned, right?
Yeah.
You know, like you go to the mall, it's air conditioned. Your home is air conditioned. Your car's air conditioned. You go anywhere, there's going to be AC.
Yeah, there's AC everywhere.
Yeah, like right now it's November and it's gorgeous. You know, we're here. In England, it's like 4 degrees and raining, and here it's like middle of November. It's lovely. It's so nice.
Yeah.
I can sit here for hours.
Yeah, now like it's amazing weather. You can go outdoor and enjoy Kuwait in outdoor. Like you can walk by the sea, you can go to open cafes, and you can just enjoy the weather. Like sitting anywhere just outdoor, which is so amazing.
Yeah.
So okay, and what did you like most about Kuwait? Like what's the favorite thing you like to do every time you come to Kuwait?
So many things.
You can mention that.
I actually made I made 2 videos about Kuwait.
Yeah.
Well, actually a few more, but my 2 main ones. I made a video called Living in Kuwait.
Yeah.
And I actually made a video called 10 Best Things About Kuwait.
Yeah.
So I mean, my 10 best things, I can remember some of them, but ice cream sandwiches.
Oh.
that's just a random one that came to my head when
It's
I
like
thought
really
of it.
old one. Like everyone knows in Kuwait.
Yeah, you go along the beach and there's just these guys selling ice creams, right?
Yeah.
By the little stores.
Yeah.
Really friendly guys, you know, 500 fills, ice cream, go for a run.
Yeah.
It's nice. Kuwait's a unique place. There's no alcohol, there's no nightclubs, there's no bars, there are hotels, but just that in itself, the lack of those things I've just described compared with England,
Yeah.
transforms a country.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big drinker anyway. People who come to Kuwait typically aren't usually,
Yeah.
and so it wasn't a big deal for me.
Yeah.
But what that does is it shifts the whole culture, because it means that people socialise in different ways. It means that rather than going out to a nightclub or to a bar, people will have a picnic by the sea.
Yeah.
They'll have like food, loads of food, drink. They'll spend time with friends, with family. They'll play games.
Yeah.
People just socialise in a different way. And I remember coming here and seeing groups of people out on a Friday, Thursday evening, which is like a Friday in England, the end of the week, and a Friday, and seeing the social aspect.
Yeah.
And
Family
I really like that. Family meeting. The families are so close here. They're really close units.
Yeah.
You live with your family, right?
Yeah, I live with my family.
All live together. But just the fact that the weather's good, you've got a lovely coastline, you've got beaches, you've got palm trees, you've got a few interesting things to do. Not a lot, I'm not going to lie. There's a handful of things to do.
Yeah.
And if you're someone who just likes routine and doing things that you know, then it's great. Restaurants, amazing restaurants. You can eat out. You can eat any kind of food you want from all over the world. It's quite affordable as well. No tax.
No tax.
No tax. There's no like extra 20% on here, 20% on that. So living in Kuwait, for me, was great. The roads as well. Like when I first got here, I thought the roads were a little bit crazy, but you know what? On reflection, I've come from Cairo. I've been to Cairo, Istanbul, and India. And you know what? Like it's all relative, isn't it? Driving here can be a bit crazy, can be, but you know what? It's not that bad. And you'll get a car. You'll get a nice car. You'll be able to get a nicer car than you probably drive back home, just because it's cheaper here to drive.
Yeah.
And the driving's good, the roads are pretty good, and that's a nice way to have your freedom, and you can drive anywhere. The roads are big, they're wide. Because it's a small country, you can drive from one end to the other in maybe like half an hour, 40 minutes. Maybe there's traffic, but it's not that bad actually. The traffic's not too bad, so you have a real sense of freedom.
Only the weekdays, because there's a lot of like for the work and school, so that's where we have like traffic jam, like timing, where like it's usual for all countries. They have traffic jam when they have like schools and like work time, everyone going out at the same time, and it's India mostly at the same time. So that they're where you can find. But other than that, you can just go easy, like half an hour, 20 minutes, like 10 minutes if it's close to you. There's no worries about that. So yeah, talk to me more about your country. What is the difference between like UK, living in UK, and living in Kuwait itself?
I mean, let's just take my situation as a teacher, right? So if I was teaching in the UK, I'd be working similar hours in a day, but the school year would be much longer.
Yeah.
So here the school year is shorter, so you get more holidays. Now you do work hard during the week, which makes up for it. But just taking work, it's kind of similar, but maybe the school year is here shorter here.
Shorter, yeah.
In terms of actually, comparing life in the UK and life here, it's just I'm not sure where to start. The main thing is the weather, the fact that it's 9 days out of 10, or even 19 days out of 20, it's sunny, it's warm, it's hot.
Yeah.
If you like the weather, that's a good thing. We've talked about the lack of bars and alcohol and clubs and things and kind of crazy nightclubs. And you feel that much calmer atmosphere. Everything is calmer. People are mellow. People go for walks. They go for a run. They get coffee. They go for drives. They go to the shopping mall. They eat food. Yeah. And everything here seems to happen a bit slower.
Yeah.
Slower pace. Yeah. Which is a good thing, because in England, obviously England, the UK is a huge country in itself and lots of different parts, but generally the pace of life is much faster.
Yeah.
I prefer to keep things slow.
Yeah.
I'm not a big city person. I don't want to live in New York City and be watching my clock, the whole time.
The whole time, yeah.
So life here is good. The families here are much closer compared to UK. UK, everyone's kind of, it's interesting. I had this thought the other day actually. You go to a Starbucks or a restaurant or some fast food place in England.
Yeah.
And everyone in there is they're either a group of young mates.
Yeah.
Or take the food court of the mall, right?
Yeah.
Go to the food court of the mall. In England, it's all groups of teenagers.
Yeah.
That's one choice. Couples.
Yeah.
Or just old men sitting by themselves.
Yeah,
and that's quite there's lots of people by themselves. There's quite a lot of loneliness, I think. And flip that to places like Kuwait, like the countries in the Gulf. I've just been to Doha, same there. And even Turkey as well, actually, quite similar. You go to the food court in a mall in one of these countries like Kuwait, and families. Everywhere is families. Mum, dad, 4 or 5 kids.
It's
Mum,
part
dad,
of-
4 or 5 kids.
It's a
Mum,
part of
dad, 4
culture.
or 5
Like
kids.
it's a must thing to do. Like
Yeah.
you need to stick with your family and
Yeah.
have gathering. Like for us, like for my family, for example, we have gathering every Friday. Like,
Yeah.
It must, like no one can have anything to do outside.
The British culture is kind of like, I mean, I'm saying this tongue in cheek, so I'm kind of half joking when I say this, but the British culture is more to have children and then kind of like, when they're 18, it's like, okay, bye.
Bye.
You know, out the
Yeah.
door. You're 18 now. See you later.
Yeah.
Go to uni.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll see you at your Ruby wedding anniversary or something. You know, like, not quite that extreme. I'm kind
Yeah.
of exaggerating and joking, but
Yeah.
it's a very different feel. You know,
Yeah.
like my mum was very persistent, not persistent, but like quite encouraging of
Yeah.
us all leaving home and being independent and leaving. You know, soon, basically as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it's like that here.
No, we don't have that. Even for males, like males, female, the same. They're just stick in their home, like with their parents' house till they get married. And sometimes, like for male, usually they have like apartment in their family house.
Yes.
So they can, even when they're married, they have a place in there. But some of them can't, like they don't have a space. They just rent an apartment. For girls, like they stay in their like family, in her family house till she get married and she moves to the husband's house. But for me, like in my perspective, I think it's like living and being independent, like even 18 or like whatever age it is, it has also advantages, not just disadvantages. Like like you can depend on yourself. Like usually, like I'm not saying that the people here are irresponsible, but they kind of feel comfortable of what they do. Like they can do effort for things. Like for example, like usually they like the family or the mom or the parents like to send their like boys usually abroad to study because it teaches them how they be independent by themselves for a couple of years. So when they come, they know how like the money worth, like the value of the money. Because if you live with your family and all the time your family gives you money, you don't feel it. Like just like, okay, I can do whatever, and my family gives me money.
You don't appreciate the value of
Yeah, they don't
it. You get
appreciate
used to it. You think it just grows on trees.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just endlessly cold.
Yeah.
So have you travelled abroad? Did you study abroad?
No, I didn't,
No.
unfortunately. But I'm thinking maybe doing it later on. Like I'm thinking not to take Kuwait as resident place. I want to move, and since I'm young, I want to explore the countries more and more.
That'd be good for your channel.
Yeah, that'd be good because and for me, like I took it for my personality and all that. Like I feel like I can do more better if I move out from my comfort zone. So yeah, I want to do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you learn a lot when your comfort zone is stretched.
Yeah, like I want to know. Like it's okay. I know I'm gonna be nervous. I'm gonna feel, I don't know, like crazy, but actually it's gonna move me toward in front, not backwards. And I wanna even work. Like I wanna know how things work out in other countries, even in like job sector, not just like.
I think we might have the next Kuwaiti ambassador sat next to us. Leader of the General Assembly.
Hopefully.
That's good.
I'm a simple person.
I think that's why we found each other, you know, on YouTube, is because our channels are quite, you know, we have these very similar interests in exploring the world, seeing. I'm from the UK, but I haven't really lived there for many years.
Yeah.
You're talking about going all different places.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, maybe you're thinking that you might like to do that too. And you know, you can leave a comment, right, on the video.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
and you know, one of us would be happy to maybe
see what
give
you
you some
think about it.
ideas.
Yeah.
And if there's a group of you, maybe you could even talk about it down below.
They need to give us even advices, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you already done it, like how it is and how
Exactly.
it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.